Oh, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades, I hope you're doing well wherever you are. This is KenyanRebelutionary for the second session of the day. I hope you're doing well. Karibu, 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 wherever you are. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Get in. I'm giving you 5 minutes, 2 seconds to make yourself comfortable. We are here for the long haul. I'm again. All right. This is KenyanRebelutionary. Space, open forum, 9090 hashtag. We have a date with destiny on 8th of August, 2024. We'll be meeting up with William Samoei Ruto. We are going to discuss how he can continue with his career in a different field and not anywhere near public service, okay? So that is what the plan is. I hope he takes it serious because the Gen Z, who represent the majority of Kenyans, are not playing around. It's evident. So, karibu sana, please, the first order of business. If you know, you know. When you get in, if you're going to watch this on repeat, if you're just getting in, please, the first order of business is what? Subscribe. Let me start by this video that happened in Mombasa. After we saw what happened in Mombasa, obviously I showed you, if you watched earlier, I showed you and demonstrated to you that majority of the youths who were attending Ruto's sunroof speech, who were clapping, who seemingly were glad and clapping at anything, applauding at what Ruto was saying with enthusiastically. They were obviously paid, and I showed you why. So there was also a rebuttal. The real Gen Z came out and were interviewed, and they talked about this, and they made it clear that they were not, the people who were being paid were not part of Gen Z. Gen Z are principled and will not fall for that. But anyway, regardless, I'll start with that video as we continue. Please, if you're getting in right now, as you as you join me in this live, I'll put the link in. The first order of business is to like the video. And if you haven't subscribed, if it's your first time and you don't know what this channel is about, subscribe and go watch my old videos, new videos, every videos, and find out what it is about. We primarily talk about Kenyan politics and we give analysis about it. Okay? So karibu sana, karibu sana, karibu sana. Let's get to business. We are not going to waste anybody's time, not mine, not yours, not anyone's. We are going to delve in that issue. So let's start with the youths from Mombasa who repudiated this whole idea that the Gen Zs join Ruto, are happy with Ruto's appointment of Hassan Joho. This was not the case, and they came out by the streets and say that, hey, listen, this is not the case. We are not boarding.
President William Samoei Ruto amekuja tishati majezi atakawaongea ukajipitia kitumbo. Kwanza wale vijana wale mchunge sana. Mwanisikia vizuri, hii mimi natoka Mombasa. Tena mchunge na mujirekebishe kauli zenu, msituletee njaa. Kama ni njaa pia sisi tuna njaa na tuna shida. Usije kuja kusikia ati President William Samoei Ruto amekuja tishati majezi atakawaongea ukajipitia kitumbo mbele kwa sababu unajua maisha yako atapangwa. Sijui kama tuelewana. Hii sisi hatuna, nyinyi hata mkanda mtakwenda kuongea na Samoei Ruto, lakini sisi hatuna kiongozi. Kama ni Ruto ataka kuongea na mavijana, aongee na mavijana Kenya yote. Kama alivyozunguka akienda akitaka kura. Si hivyo? Kama ni Ruto ataka kuongea na sisi, kama ni Ruto ataka kuongea na sisi, azunguke Kenya nzima, kila county, kila ward akiongea na vijana. Lakini asituambia tu kwa kuna viongozi wa Melito nataka kuongea na Samoei Ruto kwa sababu ya finance bill. Hatuna viongozi. Na wale ambao mmeenda kupokea huo mjadala, my friend, tutawasalimia. Sawa, tutawasalimia. Tunataka tuwaonyeshe kama sisi Gen Z ndio tuna nguvu. Nyinyi ni watu wangapi mmeenda huko? Nyinyi watu almost ampiga hata 10. Lakini hamwezi kututatiza hata mkawa 100, hamwezi peleka hoja zetu kwa rais. Hiyo ni kitu cha kwanza. Sijui kama wanielewa. Kitu cha kwanza pale, sijaona kiongozi wa Mombasa, sijaona kiongozi wa Kilifi, sijaona kiongozi wa Lamu, sijaona wa Kwale, sijaona wa Taita, yani wote wametoka wapi juu. Inshallah, sote tusitake kutumiana vibaya ndugu zangu. Sote ni majezina, sote hii shida inatupata sisi. Haimpati Ruto wala ikupati wale kwenda kuonana na Ruto. Tuheshimiane upande mwingine na tuheshimiane. Maandamano yetu sisi ni amani, hoja yetu ni moja. Hatuna kiongozi tutakwenda kusema ati hoja zetu sisi zipeleke huwa yu. Wewe ni nani? Huku mpigia Ruto kura peke yako. Kama ni Ruto taka kuongea na sisi, atutafute wenyewe. Kama alivyotaka kura ama urongo. Lakini mambo magoya kutokea kwa watu hata mtokea press hiyo hatutaki. Na this time Ruto must go, tumechoka, mtatuua. Na uchungu kwanza tulipoteza mtoto wa miaka 12.
All right. So there they are. They are speaking their minds about what has been happening. They are not happy about people losing their lives and so forth, so forth. I said it this morning and I mentioned why Raila was a walking contradiction. He said that he also defends the pre conditions that were put by the Gen Zs, okay? But at the same time, he went ahead and, you know, sent his people to join the government. So as I explained before, and I will explain for the umpteenth time, ODM, they want to play both sides. They want to be in government, and at the same time, they want to pretend that they are with the people opposing this government. So what the Gen Z have decided is that all of them shall be sent home on the 8th of August 2024. That is the resolution. Now, there's something or rather, what needs to be done, the specific instructions by the Gen Z, what is to be expected on that fatal day, that pivotal day of 8th August 2024. I'll show you what needs to be done because they've come up with it. It has come out, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. They are telling us what's the schedule, actually, of what needs to be done, what will be done, what will occur on that day, the program, if you will. All right. Are you ready, ladies and gentlemen? Let me show you the program of the day for that specific, in case you are in, you are still questioning what will happen. Nairobi, what should we do? Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. I will read it for you. I will show you. This is the program for the 8th October 2024. As you can see, let me enlarge this thing. Can you see it? All right. I'm taking this from Cyprian Yakudi's page. Here it says, as per Viral Gen Z, 8th of August 2024, poster circulating online. They say the protest will start by 6:30 a.m. and by 2 p.m. President William Samoei will be given ultimatum to resign, and if he fails, the protesters will march to State House. Police asked to lay down arms. #99 march. #99. Let's get to it. This is the timetable for 99. If you're in here, please get in and subscribe. I'm telling you what this is the timetable for the day of 99. The day that Ruto will be given a chance to resign peacefully, or the people shall go to State House and remove him. As it is in the Constitution, it says that once all the laid out ways, methods in the constitutions, the institution that we trust, these arms of government that has been delegated, these powers by the people, the judiciary, the legislative arm and the executive, they have failed us miserably. There's no faith in them. So we are going to talk to Ruto, and if he refuses, the people shall exercise their sovereign authority that they have to declare Ruto not the president. We shall ask him nicely, please resign. If you don't want to resign, we shall resign you, so to speak, okay? So I will read you the plan for that day because it's out. The program is out. So if you get to Nairobi, do not fear. The program is out. What needs to be done and what will be done, okay? Karibu sana Mungu mbele. At this point, it's God with Kenyans. Yes, it's God with Kenyans. Let me read you the order of that day, if you will. If you're confused still, okay. So this is the #99 March timetable, okay? 6:30 a.m. 6:30 a.m. asubuhi, okay? Asubuhi na mapema saa 12:30 asubuhi, okay? Please, already people will be up and about, right? A.m. Rise and shine for freedom. On this day, we unite like never before. At 6:30 a.m., we kick off our day of revolution. Get out of your beds, leave the comfort of your house and hit the streets. Bring your families, bring your children, bring everyone. This is a protest for all Kenyans. This is a protest for what? All Kenyans. Kila mtu, watoto, watu wazima, vijana, wazee, if they can, please make your way down to CBD. it's going to be a peaceful one. It's a peaceful one. Let's continue. Saa moja, 7 a.m., saa moja asubuhi, AM mass convergence, okay? Utakuwa na mass convergence. What does that mean? Mkutano saa moja asubuhi. So tunaamka saa 12 asubuhi na nusu, then we shall meet up at 7 a.m. mass convergence, okay? As dawn breaks, Nairobi will witness street flooding with a sea of patriots like never seen before. Every town from Kitengela, Ruiru, Rongai, Githurai, Mlolongo, Juja, Kangemi, Ngong to Kibera, Mathare, South B, Utawala, Kawangware, and beyond. Every corner of Nairobi, every neighborhood, every suburb. Sasa tunaelewa up to that point? Are we clear? Ama nieleze vizuri? I'll help you again. Tutasema hivi. Tutaamka 6:30 a.m. We meet the convergence, mass convergence. We meet up en mass at 7 a.m. saa moja asubuhi. Sawa? Na tunawaambia pale watu watakutana, pale mtatokea, tutawaambia ndio hizi. Inasema hivi, 7 a.m. mass convergence. As dawn breaks, Nairobi will witness streets flooding. So in every streets in these towns, flooding with a sea of patriots like never seen before. Every town from Kitengela, Ruiru, Rongai, Githurai, Mlolongo, Juja, Kangemi, Ngong to Kibera, Mathare, South B, Utawala, Kawangware, and beyond. Every corner of Nairobi, every neighborhood, every suburb. Sawa. Saa 3 asubuhi, mass assembly in the CBD. So, mkutano mkubwa wa kila mtu, tutakutana wapi? CBD. Saa ngapi? Saa 3. Okay? 9 a.m. asubuhi. 9 a.m. tunakutana wapi? Nairobi CBD. Alright? Haya, ndio hiyo. By 9 a.m., we will be shoulder to shoulder in CBD. Okay? Bega kwa bega. Sawa? Bega kwa bega. Wapi? CBD. Look around, comrades. The city is ours. Our song and dance will echo through the heart of Nairobi. We will stand firm, display our banners, wave our flags, and let the whole world see the strength of our unity. So saa 3 bega kwa bega tukutane wapi? CBD Nairobi. So wherever you're coming from, if you're coming from Kisumu, if you're coming from whatever, make your way, make sure by 9 a.m. asubuhi Nairobi, tukutane CBD Nairobi CBD. Sawa? Tutakuwa na bega tu bega. Okay. 2 p.m. Sasa tutaendelea na kuimba na kufanya mambo yote. Of course, carry water and all that stuff. Na simu yako pia, it's very important. So by saa 8, 2 p.m., the ultimatum to the president. Ultimatum. Saa 8 ikifika, saa 8 in the afternoon. Okay, saa 8 in the afternoon. At 2 p.m., we will deliver a decisive 1-hour ultimatum for President William Ruto to resign. If our demands are ignored, we will start marching towards State House. Mnasikia? So ikifika saa 8, between saa 8 na saa 9, we shall be giving Ruto the last chance. Between 2 and 3 p.m. tutamwambia Ruto, tumekupatia muda, resign peacefully, utoke useme haya sasa mimi kama rais wa Kenya nimewacha kazi, mimi na Gachagua tunaenda nyumbani. Akikataa ikifika saa 9, this is what we'll do. We'll start marching towards State House. Tunaanza kumarch kwenda wapi? State House. Hebu like hii video kabla hujaendelea, like hii video na subscribe kabla hujasubscribe, sawa? Haya. 3 p.m. march to State House. From CBD to State House, our path will be clear and our numbers unstoppable. To the police and military, msikie. Mapolisi na military majeshi, mnisikie vizuri. We are not your enemies. We are citizens demanding justice. Lay down your weapons and if you can, join us in our fight for a better Kenya. Mnanisikia? Mnanisikia vizuri? Sasa hii maandamano haitakuwa maandamano ya mawe na kuvunja vitu na kusijui nini. No way. Hii is a peaceful maandamano. Mnanisikia vizuri? All right. So orodha ndio hiyo ya vitu ambazo zinafaa kufanywa katika hiyo siku ya tarehe 8 August 2024. Meiona hapo orodha. So you know the deal. The day starts at 6:30 and by 3 we shall know if Ruto has left his position as the president of the Republic of Kenya or not. If not, we shall march to State House and remove him. So that's the orodha, just to be specific on what will be happening on that day. So mjue vizuri, mkae mwende mkilala hiyo siku, mjue kama, you know, what's going to be happening that day, okay? On another news, remember I mentioned our friend Hassan Joho. Here's something weird. Listen to this. This is good. This is what? This is good. The vetting for Hassan Joho, the vetting of Hassan Joho will happen on a Sunday. Sunday asubuhi, 8 a.m. And people are asking, why on Sunday? What? Jumapili, when people are going to church, asubuhi, 8 a.m. Sorry. Yeah? Sambili asubuhi. Why are you conducting the whole process of vetting at 8 a.m. on Sunday morning? Sunday morning watu wanaenda kanisa. Kwa nini Sunday morning ndio mnachoose ati mtakuwa mtaveta nani Joho? Is there something they're trying to hide? This is it's imetolewa hapo, or rather imetolewa hapo. Ati the vetting of Hassan Joho shall happen at what? On Sunday 8 a.m. Why? Why Sunday morning? Kama in kuanga vetting, most of the vetting usually happen parliament hours, ni kwamba kutokea saa 1 au saa 2 asubuhi mpaka maybe 7 p.m. whatever the case is, but it's usually daytime on weekdays where everyone can watch TV and watch whatever. Si ati siku ile watu wanaenda kanisani alafu nyinyi ndio mnajaribu kuni what is this? Anyway, this was posted by James Smart. I think James Smart is a journalist from NTV, but anyway, this is what he says. Parliament has seen it fit to vet the expert of mining and blue economy on the day of the Lord, Sunday, 8 a.m. This is the poster which says Committee on Appointments, National Assembly, Vetting Program, Sunday, 4th August 2024, Mini Chamber, County Hall, Honorable Hassan Joho, Ali Joho, Ministry of Mining, Blue Economy, and Maritime Affairs, 8 a.m. Gen Z should show up on that. Wale watu watakuwa wamefika ndio Nairobi at that time, please show up in that ndio. We want to be participating in that. We want to see what kind of questions, the background, and if Hassan Joho really qualifies for that position. What is the qualification? What qualifies him to become the Minister of Sijui Nini? Huh? Yeah, we shall see. We shall see. Karibu sana Hana UK. I see you. Anatuambia hello. Watu wa nguvu. Ruto must go. Absolutely. Ruto must go. 8th August 2024. Orodha ndio hiyo imetolewa. So there's no excuse. Please, if you are in wherever part of the country you are, jua, mkutano ni CBD 9 a.m. Saa 3 asubuhi watu wakutane CBD Nairobi. Saa hata kama unaishi wapi. Kenyans across the world, not even in the country, across the world, if you can make it to Nairobi CBD on the 8th of August, 9 a.m., bega kwa bega, shoulder to shoulder with your fellow comrades patriots, we are going to be there to kifanya nini? If we'll be singing songs of freedom, and at 2, we shall give an ultimatum. The last hour will give him the last chance to make the decision whether he wants to resign or if he wants to continue to impose himself on us, the Kenyan sovereign people. At that point, at 3 p.m., ikifika kabla hajaamua amekataa ku resign, then shall we march towards State House and he will understand what our intentions are. So stay tuned. Ruto must go. 8/8/24. Sawa. So that's the news. Mbadi also was throwing stuff. Mbadi saying, I don't care. I can quit ODM. I don't care. Ni kama shapata kitu. So anasema, he doesn't, hiyo kiti kama ni kutolewa kuchujwa ODM ni sawa. He's satisfied. The head of treasury iko na pesa ya kutosha. So he doesn't care. But here is what he said when he was being interviewed by some people about his position on ODM.
Those are gossipers. Me, I don't deal. People who want to chair ODM can prepare themselves. I really, really, really want. 9 years is such a long period of time to serve as chairman. Change is also good. Let someone else come and chair the party. Yeah. Those are gossipers. Me, I don't deal with people who are idle, gossiping. Many of us have been around for this party for long. And I'm still there. And I can serve this party at whatever capacity. Those who think being chairman is so important to them. Let them offer themselves. I am very ready to leave the chair for them, or for anybody else. Right now, I'm the chair, but I'm not dying to be the chair of ODM. I have done my bit. So what is their problem? I've heard them say that I had so many positions that they took. That's why they took away minority leader from me. Since they took it away, see, I'm still alive. They can also take chairman. I'll still be there. And by the way, I want to repeat it for record. I want to leave this position of chair ODM. When? Anytime. The only problem right now is I don't even have a vice whom I can hand over to. But I am not someone who would also run away from the office before we get good succession. So I want to be succeeded. He is aware.
Oh, so there you go. So Mbadi is ready to quit his position as ODM chairman. You know, he is on his way to becoming the CS for Treasury or whatever the case is. So to him, Kitia ODM chairmanship is no longer important to him. He's been there for 9 years, as he has explained. So to him, you know, if there's somebody who can actually take over from him, he will be more than happy to do so. Anyway, in other news, you can see in Western Province, people are having different take on the cabinet nominations. So walitoa maoni yao, they were feeling differently. Some of them were happy, some of them were not. We are about to see how the Western, you know, Western Province is a huge place. It's a populous province. They usually don't vote as a block. They don't usually vote in a block. They are huge, so there's sections watu ambao wanaenda na wakina Musalia Mudavadi na kuna watu ambao wanaenda na wakina Natembea na kuna, so it's a whole difference, you know. But anyway, so let's get there, Nino. Like the videos, guys. If you are just joining us, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed. Let's take a look at what the Western Province, the people there, how they felt about this cabinet nominations, you know, especially the ODM guys getting into video.
Thank you, Clement Masombo. Meanwhile, President William Ruto's move to co-opt some opposition leaders into the government seems to have divided leaders in Western Kenya down the middle. A section of leaders led by Speaker of the National Assembly, Moses Wetangula, has welcomed the move while dismissing a meeting scheduled for Monday with an aim to discuss the region's next political direction. In contrast, another group led by DAP Kenya leader Eugene Wamalwa has rejected any plans to join the government, claiming that the region is forging ahead on a different political path. Meanwhile, in Ukambani, Wiper leaders say ODM members have betrayed them by taking up the 4 cabinet slots. KTN's Daniel Kariuki has filed a political wrap-up of today's events.
A split has emerged in the Western region as leaders differ on President William Ruto's move to award 4 cabinet positions to ODM party. A section of leaders, specifically those opposed to the move, have organized a meeting to chart a new political path.
Mimi leo nikiwa nyumbani nataka niwaambie sina haja na wizara yoyote ya Ruto, sina haja na pesa ya Ruto, sababu kile mimi nataka Ruto hawezi akanipa. Mimi nataka kile kiti cha Ruto amekalia, mnafikiri anaweza kanipa?
Raila ametoka nje huko, amekuja akapewa ngapi? Kwa sababu ya power ya unity. Na unity ya Raila hizo namba ambayo anatumiwa kupea nafasi zote hizo, namba yake kule ndani iko viti vya Waluya karibu 20.
But another faction led by Speaker Moses Wetangula has dismissed the meeting, maintaining the nation has to be united.
Kwa hivyo watu kuja kudanganya wananchi hapa, ati wanaweka mkutano Kakamega Jumatatu, hatutaki hiyo. Na naambia watu ya Kakamega, angalia mbele.
Ndio tunashukuru serikali yetu ya Kenya Kwanza na mzee Raila Odinga na chama chake cha ODM kwa kukubali ya kwamba Kenya is bigger than individuals, kukubali ya kwamba together we can build a better Kenya.
Sababu rais ameweza kusema njoo tuzungumze tafadhali, watu wasiweke vikwazo hapo. Kama kuna suluhisho ambalo litaweza kupatikana ni kupitia mazungumzo ambayo yanafaa kufanywa.
And for the first time since his nomination, Cooperative CS nominee Wycliffe Oparanya has defended ODM move to submit names for nomination to cabinet, saying they were capable of handling the task.
And it does not mean that we have abandoned our party ODM. We are still ODM members, but serving the government in our respective capacity. Everybody who has the experience and the knowledge can serve in any government. Exactly. Yes.
A section of Wiper leaders have termed the inclusion of ODM party leaders in the cabinet as ill-advised, claiming this was a betrayal of the Azimio coalition.
Na saa ile tunarekebisha mambo, vijana wamepoteza maisha yao, yeye anaona nafasi, anakimbilia nafasi za uongozi. Watu ambao walikataliwa na wananchi, yeye mwenyewe ana sanitize waweze kuwa kwa serikali. Hiyo ni mambo sisi kama Wakenya tunasema umetusaliti, na Wakenya hawatakusamehe kwa kuwasaliti.
The CS nominees will be vetted next week. Daniel Kariuki, KTN News.
So you see, there's a split in, like I said, in Western Province, and there's several reasons for that. Because, as I explained, Western Province is a huge province. They usually don't vote, as a block. They, it's divided, whether it's Bukusu, Teso, and all that stuff. So that kind of plays a part on it. It's not like Nyanza Province. I mean, Nyanza Province too, people don't vote in unison, but historically, until recently, majority of people in Nyanza, they kind of tend to go where Raila Odinga, pale Raila amepiga vote ndio wanaenda huko. But they they more or less wao kuangalia. Our friend, not our friend, but Muhammad Ali was booed in front of the president while Raila alikuwa huko. Ana UK saying Raila ni msaliti and Azimio. Azimio is in deathbed right now. Azimio is it's dead because Martha Karua has left. Raila Ndioyo, I don't think Raila will go to AU, and I will explain to you why in a second. Why he's not going to AU. He's in the gimmicks too. He's in the gimmicks za kudanganya watu to give people an idea that he's going to AU. Raila is not going to AU. He's not, and I will tell you why in a second. Let's go to Hassan Ali. I wanted to say, show Hassan Ali how he was heckled in Nairobi. Mbele Rais. Bruce Yagdev anasema this old Kanu guys need to go. They have made enough money and they're not stopping. Oparanya still wants to continue. I'm telling you, these guys will never have enough. They are greedy and they don't care. So like I'm saying, hawa majamaa, they are shamelessly corrupt, shamelessly greedy, and they don't care about the Kenyan people. They care about themselves, the money they make, and their families and friends. That's it. That was embarrassing. Apparently, maybe they gave them money just not to boo Ruto, but they didn't give them enough money to not boo Muhammad Ali. So, Jichopevu started up well, but it's unfortunately like somebody who was young and bright, who used to advocate for the normal people. He has, he's down to this. Like, this is what he's doing now. Like, I feel sorry for him. But anyway, he's no different from other politicians. I mean, Hussein, who has, not Hussein Ali, the other Hussein Mohammed or something, the White House, State House whatever. I mean, he used to do a decent job at this Citizen TV, but now look at him. So these guys, they sell their soul for a few change here, which is embarrassing because they were, at some point, people looked at them as young folks who can actually bring real change in Kenya or make a really, impact in Kenya. People who are steadfast and believed in what they say, but here it is, they are proving to be just like the rest of them. Kama kuna chakula hapo sisi tutaingia. That's the attitude, which is actually killing us as Kenyans. We do not have, people who stand up for what they believe in, which is sad. Anyway, let's listen to. There's a lady who had a question for. There's actually an Inyo. I will come to Raila Odinga. Actually, let me address this Raila Odinga situation. The ODM. Let me pay attention right now. Pay attention. Like the video. Pay attention because I want to explain to you something. The reason why Raila Odinga is just fooling us that is going to AU. I will give you a reason why this guy is not going. I will tell you. You see today. Let me show you something. This was yesterday or something like that. Let me show you the picture. I'll show you something. Like the video and subscribe. Let me show you something. Let's go to the ODM page and I will explain to you why Raila is not going. He's joking around. He's challenging and to enjoy. Anyway, so here it is. If you look at the ODM page on the 27th, here it is. We see Raila Odinga is signing the paperwork. And Korea Songay wrote their hashtag road to AUC. ODM party says Twasema Asante Sana. Okay, so there you go with Alfred Mutua, not Alfred Mutua, what's the Macau Mutua, whatever the case his name is. Then here it is, 11 hours ago earlier today, his application was submitted officially at Addis Ababa. Remember, the elections for the next AU chairperson will be in February next year, 2025. Faki will be leaving. So Raila Odinga, among others, the lady from Somalia, there's a guy from Eritrea, there's a guy from Tanzania. There's so many people who are vying for that seat who are going to run against Raila. And I think they have a better, stronger resume than Raila Odinga. But that's not the case. I want to tell you why Raila is not going to get this seat. This is just to show people that he's leaving. Or let me tell you something. The number one question you should ask yourself is this. If Raila was going to the AU or is really focused, he's so sure that he's going to AUC to become the next African Union chairperson, why would he involve himself deeply with Ruto? Okay, you can argue that, yes, he depends on Ruto. Ruto has to support his candidature, okay, because it's the head of state of the country that has to put the name in AUC. You can argue that. That's fine. But here's the thing, though, okay? If Raila was really focused on going to AU and he felt like he has a good chance that he might make it, he would not be concentrating on Gen Z. He would not. Because remember, the Gen Z told him, Raila, stay out of it. Wewe kaa kando. Wewe ulipewa AU, enda AU. Sindio? Sinuliambiwa hivyo? Aya. Akanyamaza. Then he saw that the Gen Z were they're stealing his thunder. Okay? They were stealing his one. Thank you very much, Brother Benson. Again, Brother Benson, the chats. Ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know Brother Benson, he has a channel called Brother Benson Media. Go check it out and make sure you subscribe, like, share, comment. He has wonderful interviews and he does what I do right here, which is political analysis every day. So go right now in his channel and subscribe. Hit the subscribe button and like all his video and subscribe to that channel. His name is Brother Benson Media. Please do that right now as I talk to you. Anyway, back to Raila Odinga. As I say, the reason why I'm saying, again, if Raila Odinga was really focused and wanted that AUC seat, he would not be meddling in the local politics. Again, I can understand some people who are arguing that Ruto is using him to poach the ODM members as he had done. by taking Hassan Joho, Mbadi, Opiondai, and Oparanya to bring them in the cabinet. That way he can win over the ODM faction of the Azimio, or let me just say the Nyanza province, the Luo voting bloc. You can argue that. Or to win over the Costarians, that voting bloc. You can argue that. But as you can see, the reality does not match what Ruto is trying to do, because number one, we've established that the people that were shangiliering Ruto when he was giving that speech addressing the crowd on top of his car were paid. That's number one. You can see the reaction of how they were behaving when they were not paid. That's number two. Again, number three, I've explained to you, if Raila Odinga was really, really interested in winning the AUC seat, he will not be meddling in easy mamboza nini, or easy mamboza dialogue, Gen Z, and so forth, so forth. Why do I say that? If anything, what he would have done, he would be traveling across Africa, trying to meet with heads of states of different countries, explaining his vision if he becomes the next AUC person, okay? That is what he will be doing. And number two, also, he would remain quiet and let ODM be run by whoever is his next successor, whether it's Hassan Joho, Oparanya, Babu Owino, Wandai, Mbadi, whoever it is, okay? Or let Azimio negotiate with the president. Because remember, what they're doing right now with all these cabinet nominations and all this amendment bill, IBC, these are all part of the NADCO report, NADCO recommendations that they're actually implementing step by step. Remember, just last week, if not the week before, I told you, after the amendment bill, they will go for what? They will go for what? Constitutional change. They are going to try to change the constitution. And you had Raila's speech that I played this morning. I will play it again just for the sake of those of you who are not here in the morning, to see that after they do that, they already have changed the law. Remember, this week is when they are going to pick the selection panel. The selection panel are the people who are actually going to pick up the commissioners of the IEBC. Okay, so this week they're going to pick the selection panel. All right. Then after that, they will pick the commissioners. All right. That's how it works. So the program is Raila and William Ruto are implementing this what? NADCO report. Ndio sisi tunapiga makelele. We are caught up in this Gen Z stuff, which we really support 100%. But these guys are implementing NADCO report. You even had that guy who was speaking in Siaya, in Luo, and was saying, while Gen Zs are putting pressure on the government, we are getting into the government, tunaingia kwa ministries na hizo mambo mengine. But let me just not lose focus. Stay with me here. Stay with me if you're still with me. In fact, let me just take this thing off so you can get my point. Stay with me. Stay with me. Okay? They are implementing BBI, Government of National Unity. In fact, in that speech that Raila made, he actually mentioned Government of National Unity. He said, once these preconditions have been met, okay, that's when we can discuss the Government of National Unity. Nobody mentioned anything about Government of National Unity. Nobody mentioned anything about coalition government. What people were saying, were annoyed about, is that the ODM faction of Azimio are aiding and abating this oppressive regime. They're helping Ruto. While Gen Z wamewaika kwa kona, wewe unakuja unataka kuingia kwa handshake now, say you are helping him by kusend wakina Badi, you're working with them together to give him a lifeline. While Gen Z wamewaika kwa kona. You understand what I'm saying? No one was saying that Raila ameingia coalition government. The people were just saying, ODM, nyinyi mnauzwa. Why are you working with somebody who you even told us that this guy alikuwanga mwizi, sijui nini, lakini some mnaingia mnataka kumsaidia. You understand? But Raila jumped the gun when he was talking in Siaya in that funeral, and he said, si ati tumeingia coalition. Even Sifuna said it in that press, whatever. Okay? Then he said, if the preconditions are met, in the future we can get to a government of national unity. And I've been telling you folks over and over that easy vitu zote zinafanyika between ODM and the Ruto is BBI, Government of National Unity, coalition government, ambayo it is being brought up step by step. Ndio maana they have chosen the referee, IEBC. Well, they had to tweak it. Okay, so it has an advantage to them. It will be advantageous to them, the two coalition partners, which is basically ODM and ODM and Kenya Kwanza. Okay, so they've done that. Okay, there were 8 more proposals that they wanted to Ninio when I told us that. Okay, the second one, I told you they are going to try to bring a referendum to change the constitution so they can create positions of prime ministerial position, na position ya official opposition, and others. That is their plan. So here it is. Listen to me very carefully. If they're going to change this constitution, all right, where do you think Raila fits in? Raila knows he's not going to get that AUC seat. He's not qualified. He does not have the resume that can match up anyone. His strongest suit in his bid to becoming AUC person is the fact that Faki appointed him to be the head of African infrastructure. Okay, that was an appointed position. All right, it was an appointed position. This time, it's going to have it's going to be a rigorous process before he gets to that. They're going to have a interview, and they are going to check their background. Raila does, as it stands, Raila has no degree. I'm sorry. If you have a copy of Raila's degree, please show us up here. All right, that's just a fact. But he knows that. He knows that when it comes to karibu na February 25th, utasikia Kiswahili itaingia. That's why vile mambo ilichacha, vile Gen Z walikuwa wamechacha, you had Raila say one day, itasema, it's not a must I have to go to AUC. Unaona? You remember that? He said, it's not a must I go to AUC because he knows it's a gameplay. Sasa ndio maana unaona wanapiga picha hapa, wanatuonyesha ODM, sijui thank you, sijui we are going to AUC, sijui it's official. Why should you be happy to present your case, your application form for the AUC? Sijui it's official, we are going to... It is to play... It is to give you an illusion, to lie to you, to wanna kuenjoy ati anaenda AUC, so that it diverts attention from the fact that the process of trying to bring in a new constitution, which will be designed to accommodate Raila in the Kenyan system, because Raila wants to be part of the Kenyan government, whether in his capacity as the prime minister or kitu kingine, whatever. Because remember, when they first started Mandamano, the very first Mandamano, 2022, 23, he said it. He said it. We want something akin to the Kofi Annan Accord, a government of national unity, where he will become the prime minister. Wakina Oparanya wanakuwa sijui deputy prime minister, Musalia anakuwa deputy prime. That is what they wanted. That is what they wanted from the get-go. But now, when they are playing you, they want to give you this, wanakudanganya ati tunaenda AU, ati anaenda AU. Ask yourself, if you're going to AU, why do you have to take a picture at you may sign, it's official, unaenda kupeleka huko Addis Ababa? What's the whole point of that? So ungeipeleka tu kwa upole huko na umepelekwa. Ungoje 20 ungoje election ya huko February. You understand what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, another point, like I was saying, Gen Z, once Gen Z was ilishika moto and they cornered Ruto, ingianga na handshake yako na unaishia na watu na wacho kwa mataa. So they said, stay out of it. But what did Raila do? Raila akajiingiza. Number one, akaenda kukutana na nenio Ruto hapo ninio KICC. Sina at first alikuwa anajifanya ati amesupport KICC Gen Z. Akaandika, I'm glad I showed you young folks how maandamano inafanywa. Then we saw him at KICC and Gen Z were like, oh, we thought you were on our side. Namna gani tena? Akasema, akaanza kuzungumza mambo ya dialogue hapo KICC. Then vile alienda hapo Kware, akakutana na vijana. He was trying to talk and vijana were shouting him down, telling him no dialogue. Alafu akarudi Sifuna kesho yake akaandika barua ati sasa tutaki dialogue, it's going to be sijui nini broad based discussion, nationwide talk, kila mtu wakutane tukutane. But if you listen to him in the funeral again, he was saying this talk will be about the Bomas talk of how to change the constitution. Unakumbuka alikuwa anataka watu wakutane vile watu walikutana Bomas, waanze kuzungumza juu ya BBI tena, how to change the constitution. In fact, let me play that speech again so you can understand what I'm saying. That's why I'm saying Raila is so vested. He has invested heavily in this BBI. This going to AUC is just a smoke screen. Ni kuwadanganya. The real thing is this BBI, and they are bringing it. So let me play that speech, and I want you to listen carefully to his words. That's why I'm saying hii mambo unaona anapiga picha hapo ODM, picha ya ODM sijua na ati application imeingia. Hiyo ni tu kwa enjoy, to lead you in a different place. Mnafikiri Raila anatoka naishia. Then February ikifika hivi kama iko karibia, when the election ya AUC iko karibu, then utasikia breaking news. Raila have decided ama hii Gen Z kichacha sana. Utasikia Raila amesema he'll stay in Kenya to help Ruto to bring peace in Kenya. Sijui nini. You'll see it. That's the move. Skia speech yake. I'll play his speech for the sake of everyone who did not listen to his speech, because that's what he wants. Lakini nyinyi hampay attention. Pay attention. Like the video, subscribe, and share, comment. Wacha niwacheze hiyo video tena. Let me just play you guys, and I want you to listen to him very, very careful. This was the funeral that he was in this past week. Ebu tusikie. Wacha niwacheze hiyo nini tena. Hold on, just to give me a second, if I can only find it. Yeah. Ndio hiyo. Okay, guys, ndio hii. Hold on. I'm about to get it. There you go. All right, ndio hii. So listen to this speech really quick. Listen to this very carefully. Listen to it carefully. Na usikie kitu Raila anasema. Listen to his words very carefully. All right, here.
The streets. We talked about unemployment in our country. The issues that have been raised by Gen Zs are not new issues. There are similar issues which we raised last time, even last year on the streets. We talked about unemployment in our country. We talked about high cost of living in our country. We talked about corruption, rampant corruption in the country. We talked about tribalism and ethnicity, discrimination in our country. And then we talked about management of debt in the country. These are critical issues that need to be discussed. But thirdly is the issue of governance. We have a new constitution, but we are not actually following that constitution.
You hear that? Of a new constitution. Listen to me. Not going to kuja. They want to listen to me.
We talked about corruption, rampant corruption in the country. We talked about tribalism and ethnicity, discrimination in our country. And then we talked about management of debt in the country. These are critical issues that need to be discussed. But thirdly is the issue of governance. We have a new constitution, but we are not actually following that constitution. There are issues which were pending. Kenyans met at Bomas of Kenya and deliberated for a very, very long time and came up with a very, very progressive constitution. That constitution was bastardized to a certain extent during the so-called Naivasha process. We must go back to the Bomas draft constitution, put it back on the table, and see what needs to be cleaned up so that
Mnasikia hapo. Can you listen to it? We must go back to the Bomas and put everything on the table and see what needs to be wiped out. Remember, he started by saying nicely that this constitution is a new one, and the problem is that it has not been implemented. So if it has not been implemented, why do you want to take it back to Bomas and remove the things that we don't want? If you haven't even tried the things that are in there. But he's going to Bomas so they can start creating new ones. Remember, they've already had the referees, the IEBC. So tukienda referendum, watarig waseme ati wameshinda hii referendum. Wameshinda kwa hiyo referendum ndio walete hiyo constitution mpya ambayo itampatia kiti ya prime minister, Mudavadi yapate official opposition, sijui nini. This is what the hill. Lakini anaijifanya ati, we should go back to Bomas and let's take a look at this constitution again. Let's see what we don't want. What do you mean what we don't want if we haven't even implemented it? Let's implement it then. But you can't just say ati tuende kwa Bomas alafu tuone vitu tunataka kutoa na we haven't even implemented it. You see what I'm saying? So listen carefully. This is just a bit of it. Na ataendelea. Hebu tusikia akiendelea hapa.
Corruption, rampant corruption in the country. We talked about tribalism and ethnicity, discrimination in our country. And then we talked about management of debt in the country. These are critical issues that need to be discussed. But thirdly is the issue of governance. You have a new constitution, but we are not actually following that constitution. There are issues which were pending. Kenyans met at Bomas of Kenya and deliberated for a very, very long time and came up with a very, very progressive constitution. That constitution was bastardized to a certain extent during the so-called Naivasha process. We must go back to the Bomas draft constitution, put it back on the table, and see what needs to be cleaned up so that we can have a progressive constitution. So you said, therefore, that it's on the basis of that kind of elaborate process that we can then talk about a government of national unity. But then you say that if you want...
Umesikia. So unaona hiyo nini? You see the chickiness in that statement. Amesema hivi, we should go back to Bomas na hii constitution tuko nayo, tuangalie zile vitu hatutaki na zile vitu tunataka. Alafu on that basis, that's when we can, after hizi ikishafanywa hivyo, that's when we can have a government of national unity. If you listen to the BBI, of course, wakina Wandai way before they were telling us that we need to change the constitution so that we can have inclusivity, a government that includes everybody. Unasikia? So in this Bomas ambayo anataka tukutane tuangalie hii constitution vizuri, anataka tukutane tuangalie hii constitution, to change vitu hapa, alafu tupatiene maviti, then we shall call it government of national unity. It's inclusive government. Unaona, tumepatia Raila prime minister is representing Luos. Tumepatia Musalia prime CS position. Waluya wamefurahi. Tutapatia sijui Joho, sijui whatever of mining, ndio watu wa ninio. Sijui nani atapewa the leader of opposition. Uhuru Kenyatta atapewa chief minister, sijui deputy prime minister, sijui nini. Wakikuyu wamepewa kitu. It is BBI being brought. Lakini ni mwerevu. Anajifanya ni mjanja, anajifanya ati sijui. If there's nothing wrong with this constitution, why are we still going back to Bomas to look at what's wrong and what's not wrong, what we don't like and what we don't like? We like it the way it is. Do not change it. Implement it. That's what Gen Z are saying. Implement it. Implement it. There is no need of going back to Bomas to angalia hii constitution. That's what Gen Zs are saying. The problem is not the neo. The problem is not the constitution. The problem ni nyinyi ma leaders, nyinyi wakora, the political class, Raila Odinga, Ruto, nyinyi nyote. Nyinyi ndio shida. There's no need of going back to Bomas and discussing about this constitution. The problem is the people who are in leadership. Ufisaji ya mtaki kumaliza, uwaji wa watu mtaki kumaliza. Our debt, we are not discussing it. Lakini nyinyi mnataka government of inclusivity, ati mchange constitution mwanze. Unaona vile anaingiza hizi kitu. Mnaona hiyo ujanja? Ati on that basis we shall have a government of national unity. Raila, those Gen Zs didn't go to the streets so we can have government of national unity. Walienda huko kasema wataki finance bill, walikuwa wanaambia Ruto, fuata katiba. Hii katiba tuko nayo, fuatilia. Hakuna we are not changing anything. Have to change. Fuata hiyo katiba. So don't tell us to go to Bomas and discuss about changing the constitution. No. The problem is not the constitution. The problem is nyinyi. So he wants to use this Gen Z situation and say the problem is the constitution. Gen Z, that's why you keep on here wakina Wandai, Raila, and Sifuna, and all these useless people on ODM saying that everything that the Gen Z are fighting for can be taken care of in the NADCO report. How is it going to be taken care of? How is changing the constitution to create a position for a prime minister, for Raila, how is that going to change to stop corruption? How is that going to change the fact that the police are brutalizing, killing, maiming, killing people, abducting people? How does creating new positions change that fact? Why should we go to Bomas and talk? Just like Makouro said in that program, akasema tunaongea nini? What is there to discuss? Sheria iko hapo. Why are we not implementing that sheria? Lakini unamsikia Raila kanasema, tuende tukachange, tuendeni Bomas tuangalie hii katiba, alafu tutoe zile vitu tuweke vile tunataka, kwa sababu anataka kwenda Bomas. Washa choose the referee. IBC wanaenda kuchoose IBC this week. Referee ashapelekwa hapo, referee wao ndio huyo. Sasa tukienda referendum utasikia ati watu ambao the people who have chosen to have a new constitution wameshinda, the majority, because they will rig the results in favor of a new constitution to bring in these new positions. Then they shall call it, now government of inclusivity. Unaona hiyo kora? It's a very slick way. But Raila is telling us, niko na Gen Z. These are the conditions. Police is you really. Yeah.
To take some of our experts and get in your government, we release them.
So anasema taking some of our experts to release them to go to work for the government. Na nini expert wa mining? Huyu Hassan Joho. I won't bother to play the whole linear, but you get the gist of it. I was just trying to show you how slick these people are. And I keep on telling you these people want a new BBI. They want to change the constitution to create positions for themselves and their wives and their friends and their family members. That's what they want. Raila does not care about Gen Z. That is what they want. And that is the importance of this nane. That is the importance of the Gen Z that's the people who are going to save this country. The people who are out in there in the streets on this nane. Because they're the only ones who can destroy this evil plan for this political class, changing the constitution for them to continue looting by calling it government of national unity, inclusive government, and this nonsense, broad-based nonsense government. The Gen Z are the only hope, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends, enemies and comrades. So support the Gen Zs and be part of it as much as you can. Because these people, they are out of order. Ndio maana unaona wanataka kujifanya, they want to pretend that they are also part of Gen Z. Raila pia ni part of Gen Z. I'm supporting what the Gen Z are saying. But he's not. He's a faker, just like Ruto. These are fakers, non-criminals. We know them. Tusijifanye. I'll give you a short clip of this lady who was talking about the non-alliance, NATO alliance, which Kenya has entered into. Nanisikia. Wacheni wachezei. It's a very short neo. It's a very short.
Or we are, you know what? The Europe. Guys, I've just seen a news headline that has confirmed my speculation on why NATO is coming to Kenya and saying we are NATO allies, or we are, you know what? The European Union is funding Kenya up to Kenya shillings 2.7 billion in military equipment. Now we're getting sophisticated military equipment. You know, no one does things out of the goodness of their heart. No one invests in military equipment if they're not prepared for war, right? Now, if you've been keeping up with the geopolitics, you know that US is training their fellow counterparts in the NATO alliance on launching nukes. The same thing with Russia. They're doing a lot of training on launching nukes, missiles. Guys, I don't know why they're doing this for Kenya. Because they need allies. I'm telling you, when war breaks, we will be required. The Kenyan army will be required to fight for them. Don't be shocked why the US military base is being set up here in Kenya. With this new equipment, I can only predict. Imeenda. Guys, we are just being used, guys. Because why would the European Union, for the first time, fund our military? We are adding things up.
All right. So hiyo ndio mchezo wa town, ladies and gentlemen. Hiyo ndio mchezo wa town. We have to stand firm. We have to, as one of our people said, he has Mungu wako na sisi tuombe kabisa, and we have to support this Gen Z. And when we support Gen Z, we mean that we have to help support them and be part of it, this Gen Z movement. Because Gen Z movement is not just the age group that we are talking about. Those are the face of the movement. But everyone else is involved. Every Kenya. There's millennials, there's Generation X, there's baby boomers in there. Okay. But we have to get actively involved, because if we do not succeed, you see the plans that these guys are doing. Wanaenda kuchange katiba, and this Kenya will continue being sold off like Jimmy Wanjigi is telling us. Itauzwa, hii Kenya itauzwa. Will be people, tutakuwa maninio, tutakuwa maintenance katika Kenya yetu. Wewe unafikiri unaishi mko na inchi, kumbe mnalipa rent. Everything utakuwa, everything, tax itazidi. Land tax, sijui nini, hata ukijenga nyumba tax. Why do you want that we do that? You know, my friend from another country used to tell us, you know me, I would like to ninunue land huko Kenya, kwa sababu huko ukinunua land, hata ukinunua nyumba, you don't pay tax on it kama huku nchi za nje, because it's yours. But guess what? It's turning. Squeezy hata tax, squeezy hata huko the land tax, sijui house tax, nini, zinaenda juu. Why? Because our leaders are puppets, and now we are becoming tenants in our own country. Okay? That's the problem. That's why this is important. Wakina Raila don't care. Raila wanaenda kutengeneza serikali yao. Yes, Bruce. Wanaweza kuuza mama yao. They can sell their own mother. These are the kind of leaders we have. Ndio maana unaona the importance of this Gen Z movement. Lazima to succeed in this Gen Z. We have to. We have no choice. You hawa sasa wanaenda kuleta NADCO hapa. Na hiyo NADCO mzee, yani that's what gets me about hata hawa watu wa ODM. As much as Ruto pia ni, you know, is a sellout and is annoying and is just as evil, at least tumejua Zakayo ni muongo. Lakini these ODM folks, they are even worse. Not worse than Ruto, but they're just as bad. Because wanajifanya ati wako na sisi, ati they are against Ruto. Kumbe ni hao tu ni wako goro moja na Ruto. Wanakuja wanatuambia ati sijui all this NADCO proposal itamaliza shida ile ujenzi wanapigania. Na nimeuliza hapa, how does creating a new position in the government, like the prime minister position, the official opposition position, how does that address unemployment, addresses police brutality, addresses graft issues, addresses economic issues, addresses our debt, addresses so forth. Historical injustice, land issue. How does NADCO, you understand what I'm saying? That's why I'm saying these people are fakers. Especially the ODM side. Wanajifanya wako na Gen Z. Ati precondition. Kama if Raila and ODM meant it about the preconditions ya Gen Z, wangekataa au wakina Hassan Joho wasiapishwe until those preconditions are met. But I'm say, our experts wanaweza kuenda. You see how this guy is devilish. But anyway, it's been an hour. I'll stop it here, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, please go ahead and subscribe. If you're going to watch this on repeat, please hit this like button. Come on, just subscribe, share it with your friends. Namkuji hapa next time. If the numbers are up, I'll get you in. You know the drill, right? Sasa, asanteni sana. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Sin kesho tukutane tena. Haya basi, tukutane kesho. I'll be here in the morning. Hopefully, we'll hear what will happen in our great land of Kenya. My name is KenyanRebelutionary. I'll see you guys then. Bruce, asante sana. I'll have to let me shout out some people. Bruce, thank you so much. Bruce Yagdev, Christy, Jacinta, Hannah Yukel, Kevo Jasiri, Brother Benson, who stopped here, Mungu Mbele, Renee Black, as usual. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Ama namna gani? Sawa. Peace and blessings.